Nintendo designed and manufactured the Game Boy Pocket, which is the handheld console. It is an advancement and redesigned, smaller and lighter version of the old Game Boy. Here are some key details and information about the Game Boy Pocket. Screen: it had a monochrome LCD screen like the initial Game Boy. Nevertheless, it was more visible than its predecessor in terms of contrast and visibility. Battery life: it is important to note that this Game Boy Pocket was famous for its ability of providing a long-lasting battery life as compared to many other devices that used similar technology. These games were powered by two AA batteries and could give several hours of playtime. Compatibility: it supported many existing Game Boy games, both original Nintendo cartridges and third-party. There was no problem of backward compatibility on its part. Sound: compared with Game Boy Pocket produced the same kind of sound quality, which featured an inbuilt speaker for emanating sound and also a jack designed for private listening. Variants: however, the Game Boy Pocket came in various colors like silver, red, blue, green, yellow, and even a transparent model. Some of these are special edition, rare colors, or limited edition. Sales and legacy: the Game Boy Pocket was a revised version of the Game Boy series that helped cement the staying power of the Game Boy name. It paved the way for the introduction of the Game Boy Colored a few years down the line. Many of us grew up with the Game Boy Pocket, which remains a favorite item on gaming history for old-school fans now. It provided a more mobile and easy-to-use gaming mode that was also compatible with thousands of old titles. Some good games for Nintendo Game Boy Pocket. Tetris: Tetris will forever be interconnected with Game Boy, which is probably its best game. A straightforward, but highly addictive puzzle game where one has to match descending blocks so as to fill entire lines. The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening: this is the top-down action-adventure among all best Zelda Game Boy titles. There is Zelda-based gameplay, puzzles, and enticing plot. Pokémon Red and Blue: such games are the sources of the Pokémon craze. The aim of Pokémon Masters is for players to catch, train, and fight Pokémons. There is also Pokémon Yellow, which is a variation of this game. Super Mario Land 2, 6 Golden Coins: another early Game Boy adventure of Mario that provides an exciting platformer experience with innovative level building, therefore. Metroid 2, the classic Return of Samus is still one of Metroid's best games because it delivers both exploration and action within the side-scrolling platform. Samus Aran mission to kill the Metroid menace is fascinating. Donkey Kong 94, this is unlike another Donkey Kong game. There is a lot of puzzling and platforming involved in this one. The game also features a selection of different levels and problems. Wario Land, this last one is a classic platformer that also incorporates some unique characteristics of gameplay and humor which are based on the theme of Mario's mischievous rival, Wario. Final Fantasy Adventure, a captivating story, fantastic characters, and a fantasy world to explore while playing an action RPG. Some of the best games that a boy can find in their pocket, and I am sure there are plenty more. There are many categories in this system. One can play anything from action to puzzle and role-playing, making the system fit to various tastes and needs. Retro gamers still love these titles.